In this video, I'm going to share the 3 most viable ways to get your first paid filmmaking gig.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hi and welcome back to DIY Film with Merle Becker, the channel where I help you make better videos. Have you been enjoying some of the content on this channel? Comment below and let me know which videos are your favorite. And let me know what you'd like to see more of. Also, remember there's an additional tip at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around. Alright, so you've been shooting and editing your own videos for a little while, or maybe you recently graduated with a film degree, and now it's time to put your filmmaking skills to use. But where do you start? I'm not gonna lie, making a steady income as a filmmaker is not easy. Often it requires the ability to think outside the box, and sometimes it means taking a job you're not thrilled with in order to get your foot in the door. But as long as your work involves a camera or an edit bay and you're learning as you go, there's value in these jobs. So with that in mind, here's my list of the 3 most viable ways to make money as a beginning filmmaker. Number 1, being a wedding videographer. My first job out of college was, you guessed it, being a wedding videographer. It was my sole source of income for the summer after I graduated college. And although it meant working on weekends, it also meant that I was able to pay all my bills. And by the end of the summer, I was able to save enough money to buy my first video camera, light kit, and tripod. The bottom line is, wedding videography, while it may not be the most glamorous film job, is one of the most lucrative. Because in every town, every city, everywhere in the world, people are getting married. And a large percentage of them want their big day to be filmed. And most importantly, they've set aside a budget for this. So how do you get started? Probably the quickest and most direct way is to reach out to wedding photographers in your area to see if they need help, which is what I did. And I ended up borrowing one of his cameras and I shadowed him on all of his gigs for a per-event paycheck. And after a few weeks of on-the-job training, I quickly learned things like what the standard wedding shots were, where to stand, how to work with clients. And after a few gigs together, we were like a well-oiled machine. So to get started, reach out to a wedding photographer in your area to see if they need help. Another way to get your foot in the door is volunteering to film and edit a family member or friend's wedding for free. After you complete their wedding, you'll have a little demo reel that you can show prospective clients or employers. But don't do too many free gigs. 1 is enough. And as far as creativity and self-expression goes, while I was shooting weddings, I found that I was still able to incorporate my creativity and style in my work, despite the rather formulaic shoots. All in all, it was a great way to get paid for my filmmaking skills right out of college. And there was even the bonus of being fed on every gig. So if you're looking for a somewhat regular filmmaking paycheck, consider wedding videography. Number 2, production assistant. Every director has started out as a production assistant. Every producer has started out as a production assistant. Every filmmaker has started out as a production assistant. #true story. As for me, after my wedding gigs, I spent a year or 2 working as a production assistant at MTV, doing everything from setting up dressing rooms at the Video Music Awards to working in the videotape library. Glamorous, it was not. Fun, it kind of was. Mostly because as a production assistant, you really learn a lot. It's a great way to be on set and learn about what each crew position entails. Being a production assistant helps you figure out what part of filmmaking you want to focus on for your career. So what exactly does a production assistant do?
As a production assistant, I am working in wardrobe. We are doing fittings. We are putting outfits together in garment bags and running clothes to and from the actors.
The answer is pretty much anything and everything. Duties range anywhere from getting coffee to getting batteries, pressing drapery, driving talent to the airport, adding up receipts, and sweeping up the set. And sometimes it involves light editing or shooting behind the scenes footage depending on the size or budget of your production. It's really the type of position that you have to go into with an open mind and a good disposition. Because if you come to work with both of these, you'll find yourself promoted in due time.
My advice would be talking to everybody. because this is really all about who you know and people you can connect with. And that's the biggest lesson I've learned, and that's the best advice I can give so far.
So how do you get production assistant work? If you're looking to work locally, see if the nearest city to you has a film commission. Many do. A film commission is a local group of coordinators that are in contact with production companies interested in shooting in that city. A film commission also sometimes helps with location scouts, finding local talent and crew, and sometimes catering and rentals. So see if your nearby city has a film commission and ask them about upcoming productions in your area. Also, ask if they have a list of local talent that you can put your name on as a production assistant. Or if there's no film commission where you live, reach out to local production companies directly. Most cities have several smaller production companies who do local corporate work and advertising. Give them a call or email and ask them if you can send your resume and a link to your reel. Follow them on social media to stay abreast of what's going on with them and check in with them regularly. And soon enough, there'll be an opening and a chance for you to prove yourself. So start out as a production assistant and get some credits under your belt. You'll learn a lot and you'll create relationships that can take your career to the next level. Number 3, marketing videos. This last one is the toughest, in my opinion. It's tough because it takes a lot of initiative on your part. But it's also some of the most rewarding work, mostly because it offers you the opportunity to be a little more creative with your work. So what exactly are marketing videos? A marketing video is basically a short video that showcases a product, brand, or organization. In simplest terms, it's like a 3 or 4 minute commercial, but not as dry. So to illustrate how this works, here's what I did. After some time spent at MTV, I started my own film company and I started doing marketing videos. And one of my earliest projects was a marketing video for an unknown musician at the time named James Hunter. I happened to be friends with his management team and I offered to do a 4-minute film about him and his music. The video turned out well and everyone was happy. And he used it to market his first album on YouTube, MySpace, and elsewhere. By the time his second album had come out, he was nominated for a Grammy. And I was asked to do paid marketing videos for him and other bands like the Fabulous Thunderbirds. So what I'm saying is that with a little creative thinking, as a beginning filmmaker, you can start out by doing videos for your favorite band, brand, store, or organization, and quite often it can pave the way for similar paid work for you down the road. So start asking around if anyone needs a marketing video. Sooner or later, you'll find a client that does, and with some hard work, you can make a great video for that salon, skateboard company, or nonprofit. And it can jumpstart your career doing paid marketing videos. All right, friends, so there you go. Those are my top 3 picks for beginning filmmaker jobs: wedding videographer, production assistant, and doing marketing videos. Alrighty, let's do the tip. As a filmmaker, having a demo reel is crucial. A demo reel, for those who don't know, is simply a 1 or 2 minute video comprised of clips of your best work. And when it comes to demo reels, one mistake that directors and editors make all the time is that they don't keep it current. It's so easy to let those years go by and not make the effort to update your reel. Then the next thing you know is that you're sitting in a taxi and that new HBO show reaches out to you and asks for a link to your reel. And whoops, your reel is 3 years old. Now, if you'd been updating it all along, you could just copy a link and send it their way. And boom, you'd be at the top of their list. But you haven't been updating the reel. So a few days go by and you send it too late. Or you send an outdated one and you don't get the gig. So keep your demo reel up to date, because you never know when opportunity is gonna knock. And you always want to be ready. So go get 'em, my filmmaking friends. And as always, if you found any of this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when the next one is posted. And I will catch you next time.